Morisco origins of horchata. What is horchata? Originally made in northern Africa from tiger nuts, it's a refreshing drink perfect for hot climates. The small tubers of Cyperus esclentis of the sedge family were soaked, ground, and then sweetened to make horchata de chufas, a tiger nut drink still enjoyed in northern Africa and Spain today. Horchata made its way to Spain with the Muslim conquest prior to the year 1000. Centuries later, it spread from Valencia to the New World, where it took hold in Mexico. Agua de horchata is a popular Mexican agua fresca, a fresh drink made from fruit grains, pecan, almonds, and/or seeds, especially various types of melon seeds. Medium grain white rice is the favored choice of Mexico's sweet horchata, which serves as perfect antidote to too spicy chilies. This type of horchata is made by soaking rice overnight in water until the water turns white and milky, then draining and pureeing the rice with a little fresh water to make a smooth paste. This rice paste is forced through a fine mesh sleeve, adding more water as necessary. Horchata is most often flavored with Casile Mexican cinnamon or true Ceylon cinnamon, cane, sage, and lime juice, which are added at the end of the process. The horchata may be thinned with cold water to the consistency of milk, although those who prefer a richer drink add whole milk, cream, or condensed milk. Horchata is more flavorful when made a day ahead, but the taste should be delicate, almost bland. The drink is served over very cold ice. What does the name horchata mean? The name probably derives from a Latin word for barley, the term hordeata, which in turn comes from hordeum, barley, related to a Mediterranean tradition of grain-based beverages. The Italian and Maltese orzata and the French and English orgeat have the same origin, although the beverages have diverged and are generally no longer made from barley. What is chufa? Tiger nuts, also known as chufa, yellow nutsedge, and or earth almonds, are not actually nuts, but rather edible tubers. Pliny briefly mentions chufa as a plant eaten by Egyptians. The chufa was introduced to Europe by the Arabs. There are written records from the 13th century indicating that a drink was made near Valencia in Spain from the chufa descendant of the present-day horchata. In the 17th century, John Gerardes Herbal mentioned the use of chufa in Italy, especially in Verona. How did it come to America? The Portuguese became the main suppliers of slaves in Manila, with an advantage in this trafficking due to their connections in the extensive territories of the Estado de India. Since the beginning of the occupation of the Philippines, the Spanish crown was involved in a debate promoted by the Spanish humanists who reflected on the impact of the conquest of the Americas in relation to the religious and moral principles of the destruction of the original cultures of the new continent. Trading was the essence of life in Macau and Manila, but remains necessary to address other elements in the political and cultural side that articulated their requests to the crown. An additional part of the business of Portuguese merchants in Asia, which shows the extension of their connection to far distances and cultures, was human trafficking. According to Antonio de Morga and other witnesses, the Portuguese merchants used to take slaves from the territories of the Estado de India for sale in Manila. He reported the slave trade of Kaffirs and Negroes from India. The crown ruled that only heathen enemies captured in a just war could be made slaves. The intention was to prevent making slaves among peoples who were likely to adopt the Roman Catholic religion, were in peace with the Iberian crown, or expressed a desire to be converted to that religion. Despite an official ruling to this effect, the slave trade in Manila persisted and even registered an upsurge during the whole period of the Union of Crowns and during the epoch introduced Asian forced labor into the Americas. Mexican version of horchata origins. The Portuguese trade from Malculo and from Malacca with the southwest monsoon. The goods they bring are cloves, cinnamon, pepper, black, and Caffrey slaves, cotton cloths of all sorts, fine muslins, fine stiff cotton stuff, gauze, rambooties, and other sorts of stuffs very fine and costly, amber and ivory embroidered stuff of aloes, ornamental coverings for beds, hangings, and rich coverlets of Bengal, Cochin, and other countries, many gilt things and curiosities, jewels for headdresses and rarities from India, wine, raisins, and almonds, delicate preserves and other fruits brought from Portugal and prepared in Gaul, carpets and small carpets of silk and fine wools from Persia and Turkey, writing cases, drawing room chairs, and other furniture daintily gilt, made in Macao, needlework on white stuffs and silk of combined colors, chain lace and royal point lace, and other work of much delicacy and perfection. All these things are purchased in Manila and paid for in reals and in gold, and these ships return in January with the northeast winds, which are their fixed monsoon, and for Maluco they take away provisions of rice, wine, cockery, and other baubles which are in request there, and to Malacca only gold or money, excepting a few particular gewgaws and rarities from Spain and emeralds. The king's duties are not levied on these ships.